Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mondays at Microsoft, where we break down the next 2 weeks across Microsoft's world for you with a special focus on modern work, AI, and Power Platform. I am Heather Cook, Principal Community Evangelist for Microsoft 365 Customer Advocacy Group, and I'm super excited to introduce Rob Nunez, who is our guest host this week while Caruana is out. Hello, Rob.
Hello, hello. And first of all, thanks, Heather. I feel super honored to be joining as guest host today and be part of something special that you and Caruana have built together. So I hope this is my first of many guest appearances to
Yes,
come.
for sure,
But
for sure.
yeah, this is super excited to be part of this, and a great way to kick off the week for sure.
That's awesome. Hey, tell us a little bit about you. What do you do? Where you from? All that good stuff.
Absolutely. So yeah, quick intro. So my name is Rob Nunez. I'm a product market manager here at Microsoft, and this September will actually be my 10th year milestone at the company. So for about half my time, I worked at our flagship hub in the good old Big Apple of New York City as a visionary advisor for SMB and enterprise customers. And since then, I've transitioned to the P&W, where I've spent most of my years in product marketing across Azure, Power Platform, and now the amazing world of M365 and Copilot, specifically around SharePoint and OneDrive. So thank you again for having me, and I'm super excited to get into today's episode.
That is awesome. 10 years. Congratulations. That's huge. What a
Yes,
great
thank you very
milestone.
much.
Wow.
Thank
Big
you,
ol' high
thank you.
five on that. So getting into it, coming up, y'all, we're going to take a look at Toastmasters, the nonprofit that supports those who fear public speaking, is bravely embracing AI and empowering speakers. We're going to talk about generative AI for permitting and an important mission to bring the future of clean energy to the forefront. And Rob's going to tell us all about the upcoming OneDrive event that will transform the way you use Copilot and OneDrive. So stick around with us for the next 30 minutes. You're not going to want to miss all the exciting news we have to share. And wherever you are watching, please hit all those buttons, the like, the share, the repost, and subscribe, and all of that. And of course, before we dive in, we'd love to thank our sponsor, Shure, who makes sure that we sound great in our new expansion to the podcasting world as well. So we're available on Spotify and all of those places where you listen to your favorite podcast. And if you are in meetings all day like we are and you are not using Shure, you need to try their microphones built for home office professionals. So thank you, Shure. Love it. So that leads us into taking a look at Microsoft's big rocks today. Very exciting. So, quantum safe security. What's the progress towards the next generation cryptography? So, quantum computing promises, revolutionary breakthroughs in fields like medicine and climate modeling, but it also poses a serious threat to today's encryption systems. So, it's making quantum safe security a top priority. Microsoft is leading the charge with its Quantum Safe program, which is a multi-year initiative to transition products, services, and infrastructure to post-quantum cryptography, which is called PQC. The blog that we're highlighting, it's talking all about how scalable quantum computers could one day break public key encryption, which could compromise digital signatures and identity verification. So to prepare, Microsoft is collaborating with global standard bodies like NIST, ETIF, ISO, and ETSI, lots of acronyms, just like we like at Microsoft, to align on quantum safe encryption protocols. So migration to PQC isn't really just a flip the switch moment. It really requires immediate planning to avoid last minute disruptions and to counter harvest now and decrypt later attacks, where adversaries collect encrypted data today to decrypt it in the future. Microsoft investments, including the Majorana 1 quantum processor, 4D geometric error correction codes, and verified PQC algorithms, with its real-world testing like VPN tunnels between Redmond and Scotland. Pretty cool stuff. And the strategy is really not just about defense, but it's about building crypto agility and modernizing. You don't hear that very often. Crypto agility. Okay. And modernizing legacy systems to ensure global interoperability and getting people ready to secure their digital future. Pretty cool stuff over there. Kind of on the other side of the spectrum is Toastmasters. And I love this organization. Toastmasters is a nonprofit that supports people who fear public speaking, and they are bravely embracing AI. So, for nearly a century, Toastmasters has been around forever. Toastmasters International is their actual name. And they have helped people overcome this fear of public speaking through mentorship, peer feedback, and just live practice. And now, with support from Microsoft, the nonprofit is really embracing artificial intelligence to enhance its mission. AI tools offer real time feedback on tone, pace, filler words like and and facial expressions, accelerating learning and boosting confidence. But it isn't just about replacing the human connection, it's about enriching it. Toastmasters remains rooted in community and personal growth, with AI serving as a powerful supplement. Members feel more empowered, and clubs are exploring hybrid formats, and the fear of public speaking is being met with smarter and more supportive tools. Toastmasters embracing AI is a real bold step forward, and it's proving that transformation can honor tradition while evolving with purpose. So, those of you who are budding speakers, Toastmasters is an amazing organization that is global with chapters almost everywhere. It is a great, welcoming, safe space to work on your public speaking. So, thank you, Toastmasters, and this is an awesome partnership. So, thank you for that. Another wonderful partnership that we're going to get into today is another one of our big rocks is AI hitting the gridiron. So the NFL and Microsoft are redefining sideline strategy. So big news in sports and tech. The NFL and Microsoft are teaming up to bring AI straight into the sidelines in a groundbreaking expansion of their strategic partnership. So, powered by Microsoft Copilot and Azure AI, the innovation enables real time decision making for coaches and players, transforming the 40 seconds between plays into a window for faster, smarter, and more consistent calls. Let's take a closer look at the NFL's upgraded sideline viewing system.
Everyone sees the lights, the final score, the glory. But the real work starts long before the coin toss. It's the early morning workouts, analysts scouring data for patterns, scouts uncovering talent, coaches working and reworking game plans. The road to game day is where foundations are set and advantages are gained. Microsoft's AI is helping clubs cut through the chaos.
We've trusted them with 100 years of the way we do something and turning that into a new way of doing it.
Turning data into a playbook for every possible scenario. And when the lights come on, it's game on. What's trusted in the quiet is proven under pressure.
To be able to take that information, accelerate the way that we're really trying to deliver it to our players, that's everything.
Split-second calls, real-time decisions, game day ready. Microsoft Copilot, built for game day.
So the Los Angeles Rams head coach Sean McVay has been emphasizing how quickly decisions must be made and how technology helps maintain strategic consistency. As you saw from that video, the NFL sideline viewing system has been upgraded with 2,500 Surface Copilot Plus PCs, which really allows coaches to filter plays down, distance, scoring, penalties, and break down those formations and coverage. Microsoft 365 Copilot dashboards also support data analysts in identifying trends and snap counts and personnel groupings that influence strategy in real time. But the partnership is going beyond game day as well, with Microsoft's AI revolutionizing operation from scouting new talent to streamlining stadium logistics. NFL CIO Gary Brantley calls this a new era of innovation, with hundreds of millions of fans worldwide and high stakes for every team. The collaboration marks a decade of Microsoft's NFL's trusted sideline tech partner, and with AI now in the mix, the league is poised to deliver sharper edge to teams with more compelling product to fans, whether it's in the stands or on the fields or it's watching from home. So AI is officially part of the playbook. I have to say, I have enjoyed working with our NFL Legends teams through the Microsoft Leap program, being a mentor for NFL players who are looking for work after they're leaving the NFL. So that has been a great thing that I have been working on personally with them as well, which is pretty cool. So that leads us to our In Case You Missed It segment. And there is a lot always going on in the technology space. So this looks back a little bit about what maybe you missed. And so, Rob, how about you take us into our first In Case You Missed It segment, please?
Sounds like a plan. So, kicking off one of today's spotlights is on a powerful story of AI innovation in Latin America's financial sector, where developers at Galicia, one of Argentina's largest private banks, is using GitHub Copilot to enable free dollar transactions in their banking app. And on Friday evening, last April, Argentina's central bank surprised the market by ending 6 years of strict currency controls. So, Galicia's team had just one weekend to update their app before the markets reopened on Monday. And their secret weapon was GitHub Copilot that helped the developers write, test, and deploy new features with speed and precision. And Herman Gross, Galicia's head of architecture, said, Copilot provided both the velocity and security under that pressure, while senior developer Marcelo Gutierrez noted that turnaround would be unlikely without Copilot. And the daily use of Copilot's chat modes and edit agent enabled these developers to generate full lines of code, complete functions, and discover creative solutions. So the result, a faster form of updates, improved reliability, and just a better experience for bank customers. So this story is more than just one bank. It's really a glimpse into the future of finance, where developers embrace AI to boost productivity, enhance code quality, and accelerate innovation all across the board. So companies are really reaching goals faster and attracting more customers to really stay competitive in this evolving market. So whether it's in a crisis response or everyday coding, AI is no longer just that luxury. It's really becoming a part of reality that is a necessity to really accelerate your business. So stay tuned as we continue to explore the technology transforming lives across the globe.
That's super cool. Wow. I love those stories like that. And especially in our financial industries, it's always great to see people upping their game there for sure. That's very
Absolutely.
cool.
And the fact that one weekend to be
right?
able to turn that around is
Yeah.
incredible to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff, and quickly, and that's the power of using Copilot, right? For all of these things, for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah. I've got another great story talking about people are like permitting. And it's like, yes, permitting is really important. Because if you don't get permits, you get in big trouble, right? So
100%.
absolutely. I don't know. I think my dad might have found that out at some point when building something back at a new screened-in porch. I think he probably did get the permits though, but we'll see. But anyway, I'll jump into this story for us in case you missed it. Generative AI for permitting. It's actually one of the biggest bottlenecks in deploying clean energy fast enough to avoid runaway climate change. So sometimes taking over a decade and millions of dollars just to license a single nuclear plant. That's not just inefficient, it's existential. So a team of 53 hackers from across Microsoft came together during Hackathon 2024 to tackle this challenge head on. What was their mission? Use generative AI to break open the permitting logjam and accelerate global energy transition. So what began as a bold prototype called Project Greenlight is now a commercial workstream with real customers, real revenue, and real-world impact. The solution automates document creation, supports permitting engineers, and helps regulators review submissions faster. It's already expanding beyond nuclear to renewables, mining, and other clean energy sectors. And it all literally started with a swim. Literally. At Microsoft's Dublin offices, a group of industry leaders jumped into the sea together, shedding silos and sparking a movement. So that movement of connection has really set the tone for everything that followed. Today, generative AI for permitting is not just transforming how we work, but it's truly reshaping the future of energy. I love the Irish office there in Dublin. I'd say a shout out for our ESPC event that we're having in Dublin, Ireland, coming up in December, where our team and Jeff Teeper will be speaking and keynoting. So we'll be visiting. I don't know if we're going to be jumping into that water in December, but you never know, right?
That water will wake you up right in the morning if you jump in before the day starts. I would tell you that much. That water is freezing.
Yeah. I went to Trinity College for a semester, and I never did that or thought to do that. But hey, get you going in the morning for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, completely.
Stronger than
So
coffee,
Rob,
for sure.
yeah, I know. So we have our coffee, but that's even more a little woo. But Rob, you have all kinds of goodness to talk to us about. We're going to dive into product news for Microsoft with, Microsoft 365, Azure Dev Security, Power Platform. But you're going to tell us all about this cool event that's coming up. I'm super excited about this. Will you tell us all about the Copilot plus OneDrive event coming up in October?
Absolutely.
Cool.
So kicking off some of the product news with something we are super excited for is our third annual OneDrive digital event happening on October 8th 2025 at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So this event will be an in-depth product showcase to show, how to get the most out of OneDrive to work smarter and get stuff done. And, over the last year, we've seen OneDrive evolve to be more than just a file storage solution for M365. It's really become your intelligent companion with a litany of AI features for both work and home. And we're really looking to highlight and showcase a ton of scenarios for this event. So you don't want to miss out not only on just the latest Copilot features and demos, but all the amazing and new improvements that the product has had over the last couple months, whether that's managing your files, whether it's sharing and collaboration, and just ensuring you have a secure environment across your OneDrive experience. We have a ton of different features and demos that we're going to showcase. And for this event, we'll be joined by our product leaders, so Jeff Tieper, Jason Moore, along with some exciting presentations from our OneDrive product teams. And, just like we did for our SharePoint event in January earlier this year, this event will be followed by a live Ask Microsoft Anything, AMA, to ask your questions directly to the makers who build the OneDrive features you are using today. So let's take a quick look at what you can expect from this exciting event.
We know you want to work smarter and get stuff done. OneDrive is ready when you are with a litany of AI features for home and work. With intelligence in every click and inspiration in every memory, OneDrive continues to bring you secure and smart features that make it your personal genius. You'll want to hear all about what we can do to power your day and all your file storage needs at our event on October 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific. We'll take you through a product showcase of the most important features to show you how OneDrive uses Copilot and AI to be more than just file storage. Then, ask your questions to the makers who build OneDrive in our live Ask Microsoft Anything event. This is a must-watch event for anyone who saves files, takes photos, or collaborates with the team. Copilot and OneDrive are here to make sure you get stuff done every day.
So while we are counting down to our live event, you can stay in the know by heading over to aka.ms OneDrive event to register today, or you could join our monthly OneDrive office hours for more in-depth product demos and live Q&As from our product teams. And of course, follow us on our main social platforms for the latest news as we lead to our event and explore all of the latest news across the OneDrive community and space. So super excited for this event. We're only a few weeks out, but make sure that you're there because I will be there to be part of the event as well. So shifting gears over to some SharePoint news. So in case you missed it, we recently shipped some amazing new features to SharePoint with the latest AI enhancements for page creation. So starting off with the new Sections with AI feature now available for M365 Copilot users. So for those of you familiar with the authoring improvements we made over the last couple months, this new AI enhanced add section action allows you to generate full fidelity sections on SharePoint pages simply by describing what you want. And, Copilot then builds the section with the text, the images, lists, and web parts already arranged in a layout that understands and fits the context of the page's theme. So instead of the traditional way of manually adding blank sections and configuring web parts, you can select AI suggested ideas or write your own prompts, making the authoring experience faster, smarter, and more intuitive. And of course, this feature also respects existing SharePoint permissions, so no worries about that for compliance and ensuring that Copilot only sees the content the user has access to, which is obviously super important when generating content across SharePoint sites and pages. And this really just marks another major leap for AI productivity across SharePoint and the future of the AI-first platform that we're looking to leverage. But on top of that, we've also introduced some other new features. So we have our AI-powered FAQ web part, which is also available in public preview. And what this feature allows you to do is lets content creators effortlessly generate structured FAQs directly from documents, meeting transcripts, and other high-value sources. So with a guided three-step builder of category, questions, answers, you can maintain full control while benefiting from the domain-augmented instructions tailored to the events, the products, and the policies that you're looking to have on your page. So think about summarizing conference logistics, launching a new product, clarifying HR policies. This FAQ web part streamlines content creation and really accelerates organizational knowledge sharing. So all you need to do is upload files to ground it on, select a purpose, and then let Copilot do all of the heavy lifting. So this results in, of course, a faster way to manage FAQs that reduces that repetitive nature and it really improves the user experience all across the board. And I think aside from saving time, I think one of the most important things is ensuring that your content is fresh and up to date for Copilot to pull the most relevant responses as you're leveraging it to search for information across your SharePoint sites and as you share it with team members and your organization. So a ton of exciting stuff coming through the way, but I'll pass it to Heather to go through some more product updates that we have.
Second, because it is a game changer for me on when we're doing event logistics, right? So every time we do an event, one of our community wonderful events, I'm creating an info page internally, for folks, and we would always write, the FAQs, and you'd have, we do a lot of cut and paste, all that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, we used it. We did a preview of it before it came out. Adam Harmitz, our VP of Product and Data Analysis, who's my skip level manager, was like, because he's always like, hey, pilot this, try it out, like I'm like, okay, of course, sure, so we did, and we worked with the team that was working on it and gave them some feedback on it. But this thing is awesome. I am so excited about this, and you're absolutely right. I think the grounding documents are super important, right? So you have we have the information, right, already, because a lot of the FAQs show to show don't really change. They change a little bit, right? But a lot of the information we're giving, especially internally to speakers, is kind of the same. So yeah, amazing. I love this web part for sure. And then also the OneDrive event's going to be awesome. I'm so excited about that. Oh, it was hilarious when your face came up because it was part of the video. I was like, what's going on? I was like, you were there and then you were there. And I was like, yeah, I was like, did you change
at the same time?
I thought you did a costume. I thought you did a costume change. And I was like, he is on here first time guest speaking and he did a costume change. I was, so anyway, food for thought for next time.
Very impressive.
Maybe. That's hilarious. So, all right, cool. I'm going to head into Power Platform land and talk about what's going on over there. Thank you, Rob. That was awesome. Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, I called this segment, I've got the power, right? So Power Platform Conference 2025 is set to ignite Las Vegas in October with a wave of innovation, spotlighting the transformative power of Copilot agents and low-code apps. So this is something near and dear to my heart because I had the honor of producing the first two Power Platform conferences. And so it's just awesome to see it back in its fourth year, bringing together developers, IT leaders, and, partners to explore the future of business applications through hands-on workshops, technical sessions, and the first ever agent hackathon at MPPC. So Microsoft Copilot Studio will take center stage with new capabilities like publishing agents to WhatsApp and connecting agents to SharePoint and enriching them with third-party data, which is all part of the 2025 release wave of what's coming out for features soon. So, diving into real-world case studies with the PowerCat team, learning how to build intelligent agents that automate tasks and interact across systems, just tons and tons of information that you're going to get. So whether you're a seasoned maker or you're just starting out, it's a great conference that offers a front row seat to the next era of AI-powered productivity. And with Copilot Studio now enabling multi-agent orchestration and autonomous workflows, the possibilities for streaming operations and driving business values are endless. So you can register now at the AKA there below, and you can join our global community shaping the future of work. And just always a shout out to, our partners and our V teams over there in the community. I know, we put on these, larger community produced, third-party events where Microsoft's a big sponsor. And so, I know how much work goes into those. So a shout out to the Power Platform team over there and the PowerCat team and all the folks on the sales team who are, doing all the good stuff over there. So thank you, everybody. And it's going to be a great show. So you should definitely check it out in October. The next thing I also want to talk about Women in Power, this wonderful user group, and so cool to see all the things that they're doing. We have a lot of women in user groups and, different organizations. And so this is specifically Women in Power. We have a Women in M365. There's Rockstar Women in AI and Security that's been head up by Femke Cornelissen. And, this one, Danielle Moon and I, who is a Microsoft employee, she's out of Texas, and we had a chance to meet finally in Atlanta at the TechCon show that we were just at there. And she was telling me all about this mentorship program. So if you're looking to connect and share and level up, in career and networking and in this space, you can sign up now. the mentees are full. We're looking for mentors now. So if you're thinking that you would like to mentor somebody, you have until I think the end of this week to apply. You can do a duration. It's September 12th through December 12th, and the commitment is a weekly meeting with mentors and mentees and community calls, and everybody gets a digital certificate upon completion. So it's a super cool thing. You should totally do it. Shout out to Danielle, who's running that with a bunch of other folks over there. So that's awesome. From Redmond to San Diego, you had VS Live. There's highlights and session examples. And so 70 sessions were led by 39 incredible Microsoft speakers. The week was filled with valuable insights and hands-on learning. It was a great lineup of talented, passionate speakers. So if you couldn't make it to Redmond, or you just want to revisit it in your favorites, we've made the Microsoft-led sessions available on YouTube. So you'll find keynotes and deep dives and practical demos and all that jazz. So check out the playlist below, and you'll have a front seat to Redmond's best moments at VS Live. And that takes us into more community and events where you can check out the one-stop shop for all Microsoft community events, as you know, is communitydays.org. Giving a shout out this week to Community Days Collab Days Finland 2025, which is coming up September 11th in Vanta, and the event is produced by a wonderful group of community members, Sar Sojoina and Kimo Koski. So definitely check that out if you're in Finland or the surrounding areas. Collab Days, Community Days are these one-day awesome free community events, or maybe even a minimal fee, so you definitely should check it out. Past events, we've had a couple of things happen in the Dynamics Con Regional, and we had our show in Atlanta, which was so fun. Again, shout out always to David and Sharon, who just put on such a great event there. TechCon Dallas is coming up in November. So we've got tons of things. I can only even put up September pretty much for what's upcoming, because there's so much happening in September. Dynamics Con, another regional, Finland, like we were just talking about, AMP Bordeaux, the Baltic Summit, which we highlighted last week, Experts Live UK, Twin Cities in Minnesota, which I'm going to go to. I'm really excited about to see Wes and Sarah and everybody there. Just tons and tons of stuff. There's a couple of virtual events too that you might want to check out, which are great. And then the paid events, so the produced events, those were the free ones. And then the upcoming paid ones, North American Cloud and Collaboration Summit, which Mark Rackley puts on, that's coming up in September. FabCon, that's coming up in Vienna. Cloud Built Identity Days Paris. And like I was saying, ESPC in Dublin, and also FabCon. They've already got, their event in there for March. I believe I heard that the call for content for the Microsoft Fabric Community Conference opened today's the 25th. Yes, it opened today, and I believe it goes until like the 1st of October. So if you want to put something in for FabCon, go check that out on either LinkedIn or the FabCon site. So tons and tons of awesome stuff going up. And, we always share, all of our resources with you, where you can get Mondays at Microsoft download for, your calendar, the tech community news desk, and listen to us on the podcast and Spotify and all of the goodness. So you can follow us on all those social media and everything. Let's bring Rob back up. So I'll follow, like, share, subscribe, and all of that. Rob, that was awesome. Your first Mondays at Microsoft. I definitely think it won't be your last. So that was you did a great job.
Hopefully not. Absolutely. I had a fantastic time. And of course, it's great to be joining you, Heather, on this show. And I did a little bit of a costume change, as you saw. You wanted a costume change. I put the Clark Kent glasses on. That was the quickest costume change I could possibly do. But no, this was fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. A ton of news to share. And it's really great to see how we're engaging the community on a weekly basis, and really looking forward to being part of this in the future again.
Yeah, that was awesome. And Rob and I had a chat. Was that Friday? I think that was Friday. And we were talking about,
yes.
So, Rob, part of your job is, product marketing, is that you get to like come up with all like the fun stuff, right? I mean, fun ideas, go to markets and all of those sorts of things. So we were teasing out maybe a little bit of like, what big anniversary is coming up?
I don't know. It starts with an S and ends with a point. So we do have a big SharePoint 25th anniversary happening soon. So there's a lot of exciting things that we're cooking up. So stay tuned for some of that news as we start to share it. But 25 years, huge celebration for one of the biggest platforms, that's out there. And I think we have a lot of really cool ways to engage. And a lot of ways that we're going to be engaging with the community for this as well. It's going to be a celebration that's not just central to here. It's going to be a worldwide global thing that we really, really want to highlight. So yeah, we have some exciting things that we're cooking up for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, ooh, we're stirring the pot. So no spoilers, folks. But watch this space definitely, and we'll probably have Rob come back and talk about that for sure. But yeah, really excited about SharePoint's Big 25 coming up in 26. So we'll definitely have that for you. So Rob, thank you so much for guest hosting today for Caruana while she's out. And Aaron, appreciate your beautiful production as always. Thank you so much. It's awesome. And let's see, our next show is September 8th at 8 a.m. in 2 weeks. So come back and join us there. And, in the meantime, we will catch you out in the community and at all the beautiful events that are going on. So take care, everybody, and have a great day. Big hearts.
Sounds good. Thank you all.
Bye, everybody.